China being the real concern today, Jim. But, we were talking about it earlier and saying, are investors just looking for a reason to sell? Are they just looking for an excuse? Because we had good data here in the U.S.
That's often the case when you have a sell-off, is that investors the market is ready to go down. It's the way we like to say it, in the markets. And it needed an excuse, and China provided some bad data this morning in terms of its investment and the potential of a stimulus. But you're right, it isn't really anything new. China has been disappointing in the data point for a number of weeks. So the market was ready to go down, and it lodged on that and what's happening in Ukraine
as well. I mean, there's some, concern about some of the headlines coming out of Ukraine. We've got the big vote, obviously, coming on the 16th. Is that also giving investors another excuse?
I think that the Ukraine story might be more pushing the bond yields down as a flight to quality. You're right. The bellicose language that's coming out of both sides, from Russia and the United States, makes it hard for investors to see what's the way out of this without it getting ugly. And there's a concern that it might just be that. Now, hopefully it won't get ugly and they'll find a way out, but it's getting harder with all the language that we've heard. And I think that's why you saw the big bond rally today more than in the stock market.
Okay, so we've got stocks turning negative here on the year. Is it time for investors to get in? If you've been sitting on the sidelines watching this huge run-up, then do you buy now?
Well, I've not been one that's been particularly enamored with the market. We had a 30% run-up last year, but we had nothing close to that in terms of earnings. And at best, the market is fully valued, and at worst, it's overvalued. It's definitely not cheap as a market right now. And so if you're going to buy the market now, you're buying a fully valued market, hoping for the economy to launch forward and take earnings with it to another level and push prices higher. I think that's a tall order. Even though we've had weather, I do think the economy's slowing. So I've been somewhat cautious, and I wouldn't be in a hurry to jump in this market right now.
Okay, so wait and see. We'll continue watching. You think the sell-off's going to bleed into tomorrow, Jim?
Probably at this point, because we closed near the lows of the day. Unless there's some overnight news that changes something, yeah, I suspect it will.